22 and here at 7 o'clock in the morning to get ready for buggy.
That's right. Again, we've got Shaka Zulu, Genesis, and Okapi are the buggies.
Yeah, it should be a nice tight race. Some B teams out there on the course.
All right, Alan.
Okay, and it looks like we have my sound fixed, and we're getting ready to start.
There we
go on the third heat, and this is going to be one of 2 3-team buggy heats for the morning. Just to give you some description, Spirit has their wheels, 2 wheels in the back off to the side. SigEp Genesis is running neck and neck with Spirit right now, and they're the big red buggy with a bit of a trapezoidal shape in the front. It's a big red buggy, and then falling further behind is SigNu and Okapi, as their Hill 1 pusher isn't quite as strong. So it looks like SigNu and Spirit are going to be making their push off at the same time. In fact, SigEp Genesis is apologies for the misnomer. SigEp and Genesis and Shaka Zulu are pushing off at the same time, and they're going into the free roll neck and neck. Wow. As SigEp finally pulls out a little bit ahead. They're about 5 feet ahead. It looks like they're rolling a little bit better than Spirit, although the buggies are neck and neck as we come around the corner. Now we have SigEp in the middle. Wow. Very, very close race. Great to see the revitalization of a new team, newcomer to buggy, as SigEp has been gradually working their way up the stands ever since they started their program. And they're coming around the corner. It's about a 10-foot lead over Shaka Zulu. As Genesis gets to the stop sign at 108, Shaka Zulu gets to the stop sign less than a second behind, and they're neck and neck. This is going to be interesting in the shoot, as both of them get to their flaggers at the same time. It looks like SigEp is trying to stay on the inside while Shaka Zulu is more on the outside, and that might give it a little bit more position going into the shoot. Now Shaka Zulu is trying to pass. Oh, they're hitting each other. They're making contact. They're going into the shoot neck and neck with their noses touching, but they both made it cleanly into the shoot. I don't know how much momentum that took or who did it, but wow, I haven't seen those 2 buggies. They're side by side. It looks like they lost a lot of momentum. They're hitting each other again. That just looks malicious. As we had SigEp nosing into, Shaka Zulu and Spirit nosing into SigEp. And Shaka Zulu and Spirit a little bit quicker pushers at the backside, but that's dangerous as they went into the shoot neck and neck. And it looks like Spirit kind of pushed into Shaka Zulu. Spirit Shaka Zulu pushed into SigEp's Genesis. And they'll be reviewing the tapes a little bit later just to see exactly what happened and if there's any sort of buggy fault. But Spirit probably should have pulled a little bit more to the inside, and SigEp was kind of in the middle holding their ground. But we didn't have a crash in the shoot. We just had a lot of contact with each other. And this isn't Demolition Derby, it's buggy. Spirit's making up a lot of time on the backside as they're coming up to their final hill 5 pusher at 225. Spirit's coming up to their final hill pusher 5er. SigEp pushes off to their final hill 5 push. And both of them looks like they're going to be finishing at under 3 minutes. As Spirit gets close to the finish line, we have about 2:40 on the clock. They're less than 10 seconds away. Looks like both of them might make it to the second day, but we'll see if someone gets disqualified as Spirit finally comes and crosses the finish line at about 2 minutes and 51 seconds. SigEp is only a couple seconds behind. They're coming up towards the finish line, and it looks like they're going to cross at 2:59, 3 minutes, just at 3 minutes. So that was probably the most exciting action I've seen in a couple years on buggy, as both Spirit A's, Shaka Zulu, and Genesis went into the shoot neck and neck.
Oh, yeah. That's right, Al. You know, usually we don't see a lot of buggy contact, but as we see SigNu coming in, but also, you know, it's good that we really don't see that. And also, each of these teams saved their momentum. No one spun out. Everyone's still safe. Everyone was able to keep going. And we're not gonna make a judgment right now as to whether or not anyone was at fault. We'll wait for some replays, and we'll bring the telestration to you, and also we'll wait to hear from the carnival or the buggy committee about any sort of ruling about the contact.
And you know, buggies, the Sweepstakes Commission tries to encourage safety wherever they can. There's a lot of rules about this sort of thing, and so you know, it's always good to know that they're looking out for safety. Yeah, we've seen a replay now. It seems that as SigEp was sort of taking a wider turn, that Spirit really sort of came in into the side of them. It was really hard to say that, you know, any one team was at fault.